nice one, United States of America. You've chosen a president that I'd actually like to have dinner with. Did you feel the sigh of relief, the worldwide sigh of relief when we all heard? So yes, massive thank you for choosing the right man. I think personally he won because of my jumper. This is the intro to First Train Home. Actually, it's not entirely. It's just my kind of. I made a glass harmonica out of some wine glasses upstairs, and started to play them, and really enjoyed it. Just kind of got a little an icing squeezy thing, and got rid of the icing, and it was just dropping in and out just the right amount of water to get it in tune. And it was really, really lovely, and so I really like it. I mean, it doesn't sound like that in the intro, but that's just an example of the glass harmonica. So yes, I got back from PopTech, which was fantastic, like I knew it would be. I met some amazing people. I was really tired when I got there. I only had 4 hours sleep in 48 hours because I managed to miss my flight, which I've only ever done that once before, and that was because my ticket was actually in my suitcase, and even though I looked through my suitcase, I couldn't find it. And then when the plane left, then I opened my suitcase and it was on top of my clothes, like somebody had just gone, "There's your ticket," but nobody had been in my bag apart from me. So anyway, that's the only other time that I've missed a flight. I was really annoyed, but it was terrible traffic and we got stuck behind an accident. So that wasn't very good. Anyway, so I missed my flight, and then I had no sleep, and I was with new gear, and I sang really terribly, but still everyone seemed to really enjoy it. And they actually asked me, so I did my world premiere of Wait It Out on the piano, but I sung all the wrong lyrics and I sang it terribly. But if you're really clever, you can find it on YouTube, because somebody did a naughty one and filmed it. So you can have a little sneak if you want to listen to it. And then the next day they asked me to come up and do another session, another 20-minute session, and I totally hadn't prepared. So I didn't really know what to play, because I didn't want to play any old stuff. But I played Speeding Cars because I always like playing that one. And then I thought, well, this is a group of interesting, brilliant people, so I'm going to try something new with them. And I was a bit nervous as to kind of how it would turn out, but I really, really enjoyed it and I'm very glad I did it. So what I did was I asked the audience, I said, I'm going to do something a bit new today. I've never done this before, not out of the privacy of my own home. But I'd like you to come up with a key, tell me a key that you would like me to play in. And eventually we got to A flat minor, or A flat. And then I said to somebody in the audience, anyone in the audience, could you hum me a melody, any melody? And I'm going to jam on it, and I'm going to kind of just see where it takes me. I've never done it in public, and so I kind of waited a while and nobody came up with anything, and then eventually this nice lady sang this melody, and it turned out to be the South African national anthem. So I wasn't expecting that. It took me a while to kind of get my tongue around the words, which were Nkosi sikaleli Africa. But because they just had a lecture, because PopTech's all about these kind of amazing talks that people do, and I was at the end of the second day and just had this really heavy lecture about the kind of state of the US financial crisis, and how basically everyone was really doomed and how to get out of it if they can. So anyway, this woman suggested, instead of singing Nkosi sikaleli Africa, I sing Nkosi sikaleli America, which translates as God bless America. So I thought that was quite nice, I guess. So I sang it, and I kind of created harmonies, and it was really, really great. And what's come out of it is that I want to do that live now. Whenever I go out on tour and do like a big show, I want to get you lot to shout out some melodies and shout out keys and things like that, and maybe we can get really creative and you can kind of shout out key signatures, time signatures, and all kinds of things. I don't know, we'll see. And then so each gig I do this for like 5 minutes or 8 minutes or 100 minutes, and the idea is then, because I met this guy from this charity called Ceasefire Charity. You can have a look up on the internet. It's in Chicago, and I really, really liked his talk, and I wanted to get involved in some way with him. So I was thinking how I could do that. So I think that whenever I go around the world and I go touring, I'm gonna hook up with a charity in each town where I do the gig, and then the idea is that one piece of music that I do, you know, on that night and only on that night in the entire world, and it never gets heard again or after, or before or after, that gets put onto, you know, iTunes or downloaded straight to your phone, or who knows what technology we can do these days. And then all the money goes to that charity, and then people in that town will see on my website what charity I'm doing, and if they want to get involved, they can. You can. And I thought that'd be really great, because I don't, you know, it didn't take any effort to do that night, but it somehow fitted in with this thing called Project M, which is Andrew Zolli's involved in, who's the kind of curator of PopTech, and it really tied in nicely, and so yeah, I'm very happy about it anyway. So that's my plan, and I think it's quite a good one. So, and it's also nice because, you know, you get stuck in doing the shows, and then, you know, I love doing the shows, but singing the same songs over and over again, which is why I changed them up so kind of drastically when I go and do them live. But to have this kind of one section where it's just creative, and it's just, you know, you're just jamming, it's really free, and you're not kind of constricted to, you know, the structure of the song. Yeah, so I quite like that idea. What else? Oh yes, so if you want to, eventually that'll be online on poptech.org when they put my thing up. I met a girl called Kelly Dobson who made a blender that only works if you sing at it, or if you make the sound of a blender. So she demonstrated by going like that, and the blender would start to churn up vegetables, and on the stage it was really good. I thought she was brilliant. And she made this thing called a scream bag, which if you were kind of ever in an airport and you missed your flight, for instance, and the next flight wasn't for 4 hours and you hadn't slept all night because you were busy rehearsing, and you just wanted to scream your head off, but you can't because you're in a place where that's not allowed, you use Kelly Dobson's scream bag, and you scream into it really, really loud, and nobody can hear you because it's totally soundproofed. And then you can release the scream at a later moment by kind of squeezing it really hard. And the harder you squeeze it, the louder it is, or the longer it is. And the softer you squeeze it, the more kind of like it is. But if you do it like you can kind of go around to the street and scream. So I thought that was a great idea. So I want to do something with her. I don't know what, but we'll see. Yeah, and then when I got back, I just felt like I hadn't seen my friends for a while, and it was kind of coming up for Halloween, so I had a little Halloween party, and I went as the Grim Heaper. So I just got, actually Justine and Jenny kind of made this kind of, you know, ready, steady costume, 30-minute kind of fantastic Grim Heaper look, which involved a big bit of felt and some kind of wiry mesh thing, and this massive hood. I think my hood was bigger than my actual body, and then kind of red lights inside with kind of scary makeup. Yeah, it's really good. So there we go. That's what I've been up to. I'm feeling very good, and I'm looking forward to really getting stuck in now. I like the fact that it's really cold outside. Got my hot water bottle, because it makes me want to be in the studio. And so I'm just going to play out a little bit more of Wait It Out for you. This is the first chorus.
First train home, got to get on it. First train home, got to get on it. First train home, got to get on it.